uNice is on the beat.
Hi beautifuls, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kendall B and today I am back with another video for you guys.
Yes.
I am loving my new subscribers. I'm loving the likes and comments you guys are giving me. So if you're new here, what are you doing, sister? This video was requested by one of my beautiful subscribers. If you guys have not noticed, my past two are like two videos that I posted this week were teacher vlogs, and you know, I kind of slipped those in there because I didn't know if you guys were going to catch it or like ask me a lot of questions or not. Even though I have explained to you guys that I am a Montessori teacher for toddlers, the video caught some of you guys off guard. I'm just like, huh? How you become a teacher so young, or how did you get your own classroom? So today I will just be explaining my process of how I became a teacher at the age of 21. Well, actually it was at the age of 20. Sounds crazy, right? Like I would have never imagined that I would have my own classroom and be a whole teacher at 20 years old, okay? Because when I was 13 or 14, actually like 12, 13, 11, I was like in my room, like just praying, like, God, I just want to be a teacher. Like I just want to work in a daycare with kids. Like I just want to be around kids. Like that's how real my passion is for children and being with children and teaching them. I knew I wanted this at a young age. Like there was no question about what I wanted to do. I just wanted to work in a daycare. And look at me, actually working in a school, you know, teaching children, not just watching them play with toys. I'm actually teaching them, having meetings with parents, setting up lesson plans and things like this for my children to learn. Like it's not just a daycare, which means so much more to me, to be accomplished at the age of 21 or 20 years old. Like, girl, what's teacher? Period. Poop. So anybody that has a passion for children and really loves what they do and believe in themselves, girl, you can do this too. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. I'm gonna give a little background of before I became a teacher, because experience was definitely needed for me to get the position that I'm in. I started working with children while in high school. I was 17, actually. Let's be truthful, Kendall. I got my first childcare job, and that was in a Montessori. So I started off in Montessori off the jump. And I was an after school teacher. So I just watched the kids after school, you know, did little activities like cooking with them, having reading time with them, snack time, you know, basic things. But I still kind of had control over the classroom because I was the after school teacher. I was the only one with them. So it definitely gave me experience of controlling a classroom, maintaining a classroom, and just getting familiar with the children, being alone, dealing with parents, and big responsibilities. Being in the classroom with like 8, 7 toddlers at one time, it will be hard to juggle at first, but after you get it, girl, it's just that easy. So yeah, I started off at that job and I gained a lot of experience there. I learned a lot of like great traits that teachers have, professional mannerisms that they have, but I left that job after a year, so I didn't stay there that long. Then I moved on to my next job, and this was the holy grail. This was the job that I'm at now. So yeah, I was at that Montessori for about a year, and I decided to move on because I got a better opportunity. Well, actually, I needed more money. And when I got there, I still wasn't a teacher yet. So I was still just doing childcare work. I was being an assistant teacher to a classroom. It was like one step up from, you know, being a after school teacher, because it was like the responsibilities were kind of split with me and the lead teacher. So I was an assistant teacher and I just helped her out in the classroom. But then that teacher decided to quit. So then it was like, okay, who's going to be the next teacher? And they were like, had this whole like question mark thing, like, oh, who's going to be the next teacher? Who are we going to hire? Nobody wants the position. Who is good with the children? And then next thing you know, you got people suggesting little old me. And I was literally 20 years old at this point. I was still in college. I was like freshly in college, I think. No, I was like a junior in college, I think, or something like that. I'm lying because I'm a junior now. I was a sophomore in college and I was 20 years old, and everybody kept suggesting to my boss, why don't you just let Kendall get her training and let her become the lead teacher in the classroom? then my boss comes to me and I'm like, I don't know about this. I'm very young. This is a lot of responsibility. I'm still in school. I haven't got my degree yet. I don't know about this. I don't know if I can do it. And they basically were like, Kendall, you can do this. You're good with the kids. You're good with the classroom. I will pay for your training. We can get this done. We can get you into being an elite teacher. So at that point, I just kind of felt like, you know what, whatever. We don't have a teacher. Let me just do it. Like, I really didn't want to do it. I was really scared about it. But I ended up doing the training. It was called a Montessori training that my boss paid for, and it was an online class. And it said it's supposed to take about 6 months. Now, your girl, I was not trying to take 6 months to finish this. I was trying to finish the training by the time school started. So I made sure that I was in this library. I was at the public library for at least 3 hours after work, trying to make sure I got as much as this training done. It is not hard. The training was not hard at all, but it was a lot of questions that you had to answer. And it was kind of like common sense about children. Like, if you worked with children before, if you know the basic rules of being in childcare, it's common sense, but it's just reworded in a million different ways. But Montessori is very different. So the Montessori training had taught me a lot about how to see the beauty in the classroom, to see the beauty in independent toddlers. Most times when you go into a daycare, you just see toddlers being told what to do and the activities being put away for the children, and you have to decide when they can use it. But Montessori is completely different. Like, the children, they do just about everything on their own. They clean the tables by themselves. They wash their hands by themselves. They get their work out by themselves, put their work away by themselves. Like, it's all about independence and just seeing the beauty in the children and following their development. So that's what I learned in the training, basically summed up into a sentence. That's what I learned. But the training that I went through was the International Montessori Teaching Diploma. No, that's what my paper says. It's called the North American Montessori Center. That's where I did my training. It was called NAMC. And I completed the training for infant to toddler. So I have a Montessori certification for dealing with children from the ages of 0 to 3 years old. Isn't that bomb? So you can either work with babies, or you can work with toddlers, or you can work like 3-year-olds. You know, it's all up to you. They have trainings for 0 to 3. They have trainings for 3 to 6. And I think that's about it. But yeah, I love dealing with toddlers. So that's why I did my 0 to 3. And that's basically how I became a teacher. So after my training was done, you know, I got my salary paid, which was super cool to be getting at the age of 21. Like, getting paid a salary. I got vacations. I got sick days. That was all new to me. But at the moment when I was offered the position, I was not thinking about that. I'm just thinking about the parents coming up to me, and I got to explain stuff to them, and I got to have meetings and document the children's progress. Like, I was shook about that type of stuff. But after like a couple of months, it all just became natural. Like, after you're constantly dealing with parents complaining and having to fix the problem, or dealing with children getting hurt and you having to make accident reports, like, all of that stuff just comes natural after doing it. And now I 100% love my job, and everything just comes naturally. Like, oh, it's a new parent. They want to know how my classroom works like this. You need to have this. You need to have that. Like, it all just comes natural after a while. And sometimes I even shock myself. Like, you ain't even nervous meeting a new parent. You ain't nervous with this parent-teacher meeting. Like, it's very rewarding in the end, because parents, they come up to you and they're just like, thank you so much. You taught my child how to say her ABCs, or my child talks about you all day long at home. Like, it's just the best feeling, you guys. So if you're looking to become a teacher before you get your degree, girl, just become a Montessori teacher. That's the only way. I think that's the only way, because it's legit teaching. Like, you have your own classroom. And Montessori's are usually private schools, so it's legit. It's not like a daycare calling you a teacher. No, it's real. It's like it's good pay to be making at the age of 20, 21 before you get your degree. Usually you're a college student at this point, and you're just about broke. And daycares, they don't really pay that much. They pay you about what? Some of them are trying to pay you $750, $850 $59. And dealing with children is not easy at all. Like, as much as you want to make it seem, and as much as people want to make childcare and teaching as less pay as possible, I think they need to get paid the most, because it is not easy dealing with kids, okay? Especially toddlers, and lots of toddlers at once. But the pay can range from like $25,000 to $40,000 a year. Girl, I'm taking it, okay? That's a blessing to be getting right now. And sometimes I kind of forget that I'm blessed to be making this at this age, but in the end, it's well worth it. You also have to have many other certifications. I have my first aid certification. I have my CPR certification, fire safety certification, child abuse, like all these certifications you have to get to work in the centers, just to be aware of if any of these things happen, what are you gonna do, okay? So yeah, that basically sums up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to give this video a quick little thumbs up, drop a comment, and I'll see you beautifuls in my next upload.